What is up, guys? It is Sam the Raid Man. It is a super fun time at Raid, which is the purple portal that's glowing, and it is 2x on Void Shards. This is the best time to pull your Void Shards. Void legendaries are super hard to get, super rare, and most of them are very, very, very strong. 1% chance to pull them. I only have 41, but we'll pull them at the end of today's video. But I wanted to go through and rate every single Void legendary in case you pull one to talk about how good they are. So there's a lot of them, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. In the Bannerlord, Baron is a very, very good damage dealer. One of the hardest hitting abilities. He ignores 50% defense. With his masteries and gear, you can get him to ignore 100% defense. So Baron is solid, but really an arena champion. Taras is unbelievable. He is. I guess we'll put Baron in probably upper B tier because he's very good at arena, but not too much else, maybe a low A tier. Taras is one of the best Void champions in the game. One of my most wanted. He is S plus, like the tip top. Not even gonna go to it. He's got damage, control, crazy passives, and he pairs very, very well with Marichka, one of the best support champions in the game. Marichka is also in the S tier. Quintus you cannot pull from shards, but he is very good. He's from Live Arena. This is your chance to get a free Karato Fox Hunter by clicking the link in the description now. You will get Karato as well as 3 amazing epics, Fane, Ugo, and Vergis. I have 4 simple steps for you to redeem this code. Step 1, log out of Play and Play on your PC and uninstall it. Step 2, click on the link in the description of this video and register with a brand new email address. Step 3, launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Final step, go to your inbox and collect your champions. This is your chance to get a great head start in Raid, so make sure you click on this link. High Elves. Ethos, I'm going to put upper C tier. He's a good damage dealer. He's just got AoE. He doesn't hit hard enough to be in the arena, and you can't really use him in PvE unless you're doing like, he can be a Nightmare campaign farmer, so that's something. Bellinor, I will put low B tier. AoE decreased defense and weaken, I think, and he hits pretty hard. He's an underrated champion, but definitely not the strongest, at least in terms of Void legendaries. Arbiter, everyone gets her eventually. He's not really the champion you want to pull from shards. I'm going to put her in, I guess, low A tier. She is very good. Reviving, turn meter increase, speed lead, she's very good. Supreme Elhain, I'm also going to put in that B tier with Bellinor. She's a good damage dealer. She's a previous fusion. She hits pretty hard, but nothing to really write home about. So I'm going to put her in that B tier. Sacred Order, there's a lot of them here. Sir Nicholas, I'm going to put in C tier. He's got an unkillable and a shield. He's very old school. He's HP based and does not hit very hard. Cool champion, not the best. Venus, I'm going to put in A tier, AoE decreased defense and weaken, and AoE decreased defense and weaken, as well as AoE HP burn, poisons on the A1, and a good partner ability with Cupidus. So I think she's at least A tier. Cardiel, I'm actually going to put an S tier. This is a champion that I thought was overrated until I pulled him, and now I use him literally everywhere. Speed aura in all battles, amazing ally attack on a 4-turn cooldown, full cleanse, block debuff, survive on death, and a heal on the A1. He also joins in all the time on his A1, so he's very, very good for healing for something like Hydra or any boss, really. Constantine, I do not have, but he's a very, very good damage dealer, especially with a chance to block revive. He's even better when paired with Vlad. So I'm going to put him in low A tier, but I'm less confident in that because I haven't used him. He could be into the B tier. Supreme Aethel, I'm going to put probably D tier. She's not great. She's not a great freeze champion. She's not a great control champion. As a regular legendary, she's probably like B tier, but as a Void legendary, the standards are higher and she is lower. Vitreous, I don't know much about at all. I know that he got buffed, so I'm going to go ahead and put him in B tier to be safe, but he's got a kind of a complex kit, a lot going on. He's ignoring defense. I think he hits very, very hard now, but I would like to do some testing with him so I can be more confident in that. Lady Noelle, I'm also going to put an A tier, very similar to Arbiter, at least in terms of skill, like in terms of where you'd use her. Block buffs in the A1 is solid. She can unsheep people basically or heal them and then increase speed on allies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown is great. AoE revive, 50% HP, 50% turn meter on a 3-turn cooldown is a very, very good revive, and they can freeze your enemies. So I like Lady Noelle a lot. Maybe she's up in the A tier, honestly. She's very good. Barbarians, again, another faction with a lot of them. Turvold, one of my favorite champions. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. He's just not as good anymore. He nukes, but he's all single target. He needs a buff, to be honest with you. I'm going to put him in the B tier out of respect. Ursuga, I'm going to put in C tier. She's just an arena tank. That's all she does. She soaks up critical hits that your allies take. Besides that, she does ally protection and strengthen. She's not a bad champion by any means, but she's just not bringing much. And the arena meta is shifting away from that. Yukara, I'm going to put, this is tough. I'm going to put him in low A tier. He's free for everyone. You can get him through the clan shop eventually. He's got freezes on all of his abilities. He's great for fighting at hard. He also hits pretty hard, and he's got one of the sickest skins in the game. I'm gonna put him in that low A tier, especially for Fire Knight Hard, because that's such an in-game content. To Hanorok, I'm gonna put in, I don't wanna put everyone in A tier, but I'm gonna put her in A tier. Decreased speed on the A1, AoE, decreased attack, single target decreased attack and block buffs with the ability to spread, so she can be your block buff champion in Hydra potentially. Increased defense, increased speed on all allies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, and then remove 1 random buff from every ally on the start of your fight. So she is a great support champion who's bringing kind of a lot. Next up is Odin. Odin is definitely going to be S tier. There's no question about that. Berserk on the A1. Full buff strip, decreased defense and stun on a 3-turn cooldown is crazy. One of the best abilities in the game. Asgardian Judgment, one of the best abilities in the game for damage. Whether you're placing PvE or PvP, the damage shifts. It's pretty unbelievable. Again, very cool looking champion. And besides Polymorph, he's just unstoppable. So S tier for Odin. All right, there's the first 4 down. Moving and grooving through. Gergo, I'm gonna put in A tier. Almost S tier. He has been buffed and he is so good now. Full buff strip, freeze, extra turn. AoE decreased defense, places an extra hit. He hits very hard, places an extra turn as A1, can freeze people when they attack him. Arena speed lead. He is super good. One of the best for faction wars in the game. And very good for Arena. Grisor, I'm going to put in S tier. He just brings so much. He's like a Krisk, but arguably better. AoE on the A1, defense base gives a shield. AoE heal, increase the duration of all buffs, so he can fit in infinity teams. And that one also does enemy max HP damage. AoE provoke, increased resistance and increased defense on all allies. One of the best provokers for Hydra. Heals everybody when he gets attacked and then basically stops people from killing him. So unbelievable champion Grisor. Togron, D tier. Bellatar, C tier. Diamant, D tier. I think this is some of the worst stretch of Void Legendaries in the game. I know they all have niche uses, but Bellatar is a good reviver. The rest of them are just weird champions. Togron used to be glitched, but now they fixed him, so I don't think he has much use. They're not worth my time talking about. Krisk, I'm going to put in A tier. Arguably, he would have been in S tier. I think he's fallen a little bit. He just doesn't help you beat many things fast, but he can help you beat a lot of things. AoE decreased speed, AoE attack, ally protection, continuous heal, and then increased duration of all buffs. So he's amazing for like the Brogni teams or Wixwell teams. He's also very good in Hydra. AoE provoke, increased defense on himself, increased speed on all allies, and then shields everyone at the beginning of the fight. Place a decreased defense or decreased attack on the attackers. Ramonti, you can't pull from shards, but he would be A tier. Chagor, I'm going to put in B tier. He's got some funky damage, and he can be a really interesting control champion. He can place poison on all enemies for 4 turns. And then decrease defense, and then when someone under poison takes damage, he attacks with A1 and can put him to sleep. So you can kind of keep people damaged and asleep. He's very fun, but he's not super good. So Furion, I'm going to put in S tier, one of the best HP burners in the game. Increased turn meter on the A1, HP burn on all enemies for 3 turns, and then instantly activates, which books it down to 2 turns. HP burn and HP burn activation is amazing. And then shield, AoE revive, grants an extra turn, and then fills the turn meter of all allies by 5% for HP burn placed. And then heals, like he's just insanely strong. Fighty, I'm gonna put in A tier. I haven't used Fighty, but I know that she's pretty amazing, especially for Hydra. So potentially S tier. Honestly, I just don't know. I haven't seen her used, but I know she's amazing. I just don't know how amazing is the question. For the sake of time, just moving on. Coronar, I'm gonna put in B tier. All AoEs, he's got some provokes, decreased attack. He's HP based and he can kind of hit. He's a very cool champion. I would argue underrated, just not really bringing it at high level for anything. Tumija, I'm bringing A tier. AoE, HP burn, and stun, which is really nice. And then her damage increases for every HP burn in the battle. So she hits very hard and then brings that utility. So good damage, good utility. Leorius, I'm going to put in A tier. One of the best arena nukers, and he's very hard to kill because he places unkillable on himself. I don't know if you're using him too much outside of arena. I think that holds him back, but I view him very similarly to like a Baron, but maybe a little bit better. Marius, triple S plus, the craziest god tier, one of the best champions in the game. Literally unbelievable, literally amazing in every single area of the game. Pick an area, I promise you Marius is good there. He's crazy. Orcs, a lot of duds here, I think. Warlord, I'm going to put an A tier, again, just recognizing how amazing he is in the arena, but he's not useful much at all elsewhere. 4 turn cooldown, increase all target skills, put them all on cooldown, and then 30% books to, what's that, 40, 50, 60% chance of decreasing all of their turn meters. That's big. Block debuffs and shield, and then increase debuff duration on the A1. Angar, B tier, one of the best provokers in the game. That's really it. Rekka, I'm going to put in B tier as well. Maybe she deserves to be an A tier. I don't have her. She's a reviver. Block debuffs from ally. That is solid. Maybe A tier. She looks better than an Arbiter. So I'll put her in the A tier. Supreme Gaelic, I'm also putting in the A tier. I know that's a lot of different champions in the A tier, but one of the best Hydra gods in the game and very, very good elsewhere. And for a long time, you could get him on one of my promo codes or one of the promo codes that you could pair with one of my link codes. AoE HP burn and block buffs, decrease speed, HP burn activation, increase stack on himself, HP burn increase, and he's very hard to control. So super, super good. Khan, I'm going to put in B tier, I believe. He hits kind of hard and can block revive on his A1, which is cool, but he's defense based and I don't think he hits as hard as he should. And then places shield on himself and counterattack. So I think he's cool, but everything I've seen from him seems to be a little underwhelming, so we'll keep him in the B tier. All right, second row done, 2 to go. Demon Spawn, Krutraxa, C tier, one of the best single target damage dealers in the game. Just not really bringing it like that, and there's not many areas you're using her. She's good for Fire Knight because she's got a 4 hitter in the A1. Anithwi, B tier, definitely his damage is lacking, but if you can get him very strong with a good soul, good relic, things like that, blocks revive on everything, which is pretty insane. Lamasu is S tier. I still have not fully unlocked her potential, but she can reset skill cooldowns, block buffs, true fear, decrease speed, AoE decrease attack. She is awesome, and she's in some very, very in-game teams. Chauko, I'm going to put high A. Don't think he quite merits low S, but his damage is unbelievable. Again, a very weird champion. Another champion I haven't had the chance to test, but everything I've heard is that Chauko's damage is legitimately just something different. So we'll say high A for Chauko. Undead Hordes, Siphi, S tier. She may have fallen from grace. I'm not buying it. She's amazing. Nekret has really fallen from grace. I'm actually going to put him B tier today, almost C tier. He just protects one person. He's got a little ally attack. He's very cool. Just not as like a Narcisse just really wrecked him specifically. But he's mostly arena. Euros, I'm going to put in B tier. I think he's very solid. I think he's slept on. He's amazing for Scarab King. I posted that video. He's also really good for Clan Boss, and he's really good for a lot of different areas of the game. Big ally protector, HP based champion, does some solid damage, and then he also poisons and provokes. He's actually got some sneaky fun uses in the arena that I've seen. Little Miss Annie, similar to what I said about Krutraxa, just hits a little bit harder, so I'm going to put her in the B tier because she's in like a lot of the Sand Devil teams and Phantom Shogun teams where she just like smacks. So Little Miss Annie I put in the B tier. Vlad, similar to his brother Constantine, I'm just going to put him in B instead of A. He hits hard, just doesn't hit as hard as his brother, and doesn't have the chance to block revive. Valkynin, I'm going to put in A tier. He's a very niche champion, but he hits very hard, and he plays very, very well with someone who can revive themselves, like a Sun Wukong. Because he wants to kill an ally, and then he unlocks his insane nuke ability. So I really, really want to get a Valkynin to mess with him specifically in Hydra, but I think Valkynin is A tier. Dark Elves, another faction with a lot of champions. Blind Seer is D tier. She's not very good at all. Block debuffs and shield, and then revives, but it's on a 4-turn cooldown, 50% HP, 30% turn meter. For a Void Legendary, it's not great. Lydia, S tier. I don't care what you say. Argue with the wall. AoE decrease defense limit on a 3-turn cooldown, increase speed and strength on a 3-turn cooldown. Top 5 ability in the game. Visix, B tier, I think super underrated. AoE provoke, AoE decrease speed, AoE ally protection, turn meter steal in the A1. I used her in Hydra for a while. I think she's sneaky there. She's like a Hydra savior in a lot of takeovers that I do. She's just very, very good. Mithrala, A tier, almost S tier, super good. Her accuracy turns into resistance. She can be annoying in the arena and petrify. She can cleanse. She can poison. She can do hex and Hydra. Almost any area of the game you can fit a Mithrala into. Tremeria, I think, has been buffed. I know has been buffed. AoE stun, we like that. AoE decrease speed. AoE fear. Full cleanse. Ally turn meter fill. Block debuffs. I'm gonna put A tier. Potentially could go up or down in one slot. I doubt she's S tier, but A tier seems like a good spot for her. Speed no battles by 23% is a great aura. So I think A tier. Supreme Kale, D tier, I don't care. You cannot make him work. He seems like he's got a kit that can function and do benefit. Maybe early game to mid game, absolutely not late game. He's all AoEs, weaken, poison, increase accuracy, decrease resistance. He just doesn't fit anywhere. He's almost impossible to use. He would be a good candidate, I will say this, for the Arachne Elixir, AoE triple poisons. So if you get a good soul on him, get some high attack, Arachne Elixir could be good on him, but not as good as Calvalax. Fatalis is the champion I want to test out. I'm going to put him in C tier for now. I hope he surprises me. I have Fatalis with a 5-star soul that I've yet to build out. He's a damage dealer that I've just heard doesn't hit hard enough, and he's all single target. So we'll see. I'm hoping that he's going to be good and prove me wrong, but for now, I'm saying Fatalis is C tier. I also don't think you can pull him anyways. All right, that's it with the Dark Elves. Knight Revenant, another one with a lot of them. Soulless, I'm going to put in B tier. Very solid defense-based damage dealer. Used to be higher, and he can be a provoker. Hegemon, C tier. I made a video about Hegemon recently. He's really fallen from grace. There's just way too many counters to him now, but he's very, very fun in the arena. And if you have one, you put him in like a sunset with some accuracy, you can really throw some speed tunes off. Warlim, B tier. Again, another champion I don't have, but he's been buffed, I think, twice, and it doesn't seem like anyone uses him ever. Fortis, I'm still going to say B tier. Some people would say he moved up to A tier. He's been buffed as well. He's the fear guy, Cthulhu-esque, and I just don't think his damage is good. I know that, but don't think people are using him too much outside that. Fear is just not the best debuff. Georgid, A tier, maybe S, like one of the best arena damage dealers in the game. Can kill Stone Skin. He is just unbelievable. Really want the Nutcracker. Carolon, A tier, one of the best control champions in the game. I made a video about him recently. I think 3 or 4 videos ago was a Caroline video. AoE freeze and full turn meter depletion or turn meter fill if they get resisted or blocked. AoE hex, AoE weaken, AoE buff decrease, and then you hit harder against champions under freeze. Similar to Armand's, not quite as good. If you're facing live arena and your Armand's gets banned, Carolon, or your Armand's gets blocked, the opponent steals them, Carolon is a good alternate to have. Narcisse, A tier. Not the best outside of arena, but legitimately unbelievable in the arena, similar to Georgid, but HP base and harder to kill. Queen of Hearts, I'm still going to say A tier, could arguably be S tier. AoE decrease defense, turn meter fill, ally attack, pretty crazy. And then the Death Brand debuff. Very, very strong for the arena. Gives her an extra turn for buffs the enemy receives, so she can be very, very, very strong. All right, last 3 factions. Dwarves, Tormund, A tier, still one of the better wrenches you can throw in the enemy team in arena. Freezes all the time, AoE freeze, AoE provoke. I think he's just sneaky good, solid damage dealer. Acrisia, S tier, one of the best damage dealers in the game for PvE. Very, very much want this champion. Amazing in Hydra, amazing in Clan Boss, amazing in every single dungeon, and amazing in Chimera. Senna, also S tier, potentially triple S tier, like she's unbelievable. She basically just gives you a ton of continuous heals, and then your continuous heals gives everyone a ton of turn meter. She's in most world record teams, our Senna teams. Don't have her. I would love her. I have a soul for her waiting. She's the engine that makes your crazy team go. Arnorn. This is a champion that I've issued a public apology on. I was wrong. Big Papa Drock has shown me that this champion is legitimately unbelievable. He places Stone Skin on himself when he's about to die, and he just absolutely nukes everybody. I would love an Arnorn to show everybody how wrong I was. So I'm going to put him in A tier, potentially S tier. Shadowkin. Riho, A tier, one of the better debuffers in the game. She's a perfect candidate for a 9-piece feral. More damage for every debuff you place. Places a ton of them on the boss. She is in my Phantom Shogun team. She is in my Sand Devil team. Continuous heal on the A1, full cleanse, and block debuffs on a 3-turn cooldown is awesome. And then she's harder to debuff. Jingwon, D tier. Again, go argue with the wall. He's gotten better. He's still not good. I refuse to give him respect. Yumiko, A tier, almost S tier. I do think that she's a little bit overrated in some circumstances, even though she can be broken, especially when you have 2. Genro, D tier, one of the worst champions of the game. I'm not wasting my breath on him. Shuzhen, S tier, arguably the best speed lead in the game. AoE increased speed, turn meter fill, turn meter decrease in enemies, and decrease speed. Her speed turns into accuracy, so you don't need to build her with accuracy. And then this amazing instant turn ability. Let me show you really quickly why I like Yumiko so much, because she has some awesome synergy depending on how you build your speed team. So this is my arena team. So Yumiko goes first. AoE increase speed on us, AoE decrease speed on the enemies, assuming she doesn't get resisted or blocked. But she typically can land on a Mithrala because you built her so fast that she has a good chance of landing it. So I'm going to first go to UDK and then Mithrala. UDK didn't quite die, but now Shuzhen, the speed team worked perfectly. Phoenix goes and Shuzhen goes again. Phoenix, instant turn. UDK, Sun Wukong, they're both dead. We just have to wait for Godseeker and Neri to go down. And then Chimera resets her abilities. So we'll go increase speed with Yumiko. Phoenix will go, and then we'll give Phoenix an instant turn with Shuzhen's ability. So she works perfectly with him, but with any champion really, she can work really well with a Chimera or someone to just give them extra turns into resets. So she is legitimately unbelievable. She's so good. I really, really, really like my Shuzhen. Unreal Ieyasu, I'm still going to say A tier. Some would argue he's an S tier damage dealer. He needs very, very good gear and a very good soul to be at that level, but his potential is S tier for sure. All right, last faction, Yleel, B tier. He's got a very, very cool kit. He just doesn't hit hard enough to be super useful. He was like the first champion that could ignore Stone Skin, and he can play Stone Skin on himself when he kills people. He's just not as good as you'd want him to be. Glide Knight, I think, got buffed. So we got speed, sleep on the A1, decrease speed and leech, restores max HP. She's like a Sandhill champion. Full cleanse, block debuffs and right one death. So very similar to Cardiel. I'm going to put her in B tier. Yeah, that's a cool ability. 30 books to 60% chance of ignoring damage from the first hit on a random ally. That's pretty cool. Yeah, maybe she's A tier, but I'm gonna put her in B tier. Immic is A tier, super cool. It was one of the first taunt champions. He can shield, decrease skill cooldowns, plays unkillable on everybody. He can be in clan boss teams. He is just very, very, very strong. Yinsenza, I'm also putting A tier, maybe could be S tier. AoE decrease defense and weaken, ignores block debuffs, and then she can do poison cloud on a target ally. So that's very, very cool. And then AoE decrease attack with an ally joining in. Maybe she is S tier. She's very strong. Another champion, unfortunately, I do not have. Arivia, B tier. She's literally like a faction wars champion. That's what everyone calls her. She can do the death brand. She can do the hex. But I don't know. Maybe she's A tier. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I just don't think she's very good. Neve, I've heard, is crazy. So attacks one enemy, decrease attack, decrease crit rate. Attacks one enemy, always critical, ignores defense. If they're under half health, places shield on all allies. Reduces the cooldown of all ally skills. Heals all allies. Block debuffs ally protection. I'm going to put her in A tier. Places block damage on all allies at the start of each round. That's pretty crazy. And when they drop below half health. So potentially she could just be an absolute nuisance. So that is all the Void Legendaries. Hopefully if you guys pull any of them, you can see, use this video to reference how good they are. But now that that's over, let's go ahead and get into my shard pool where we pull the 41 voids that I have. Okay, we have 41. We'll go ahead and pull one, and then we'll start pulling in 10 pops. I think we'll have to make a little bit of room at some point. Let me check my Mercy really quickly. I don't know exactly where it's going to be, but I don't think we're at our 200 yet. All right, first 10 pull. We're 126 in, so we won't be far off if we don't get anything today, but hopefully we'll reset it by getting somebody super good. Yuzon the Marooned. I want to say he was part of a fusion. He is the Rhino. Demitha, unbelievable, epic. I think I have one I can empower. I know I have two. Actually, my main one might be +3. Transfers random debuff, AoE removing buffs. Yeah, block debuffs on all allies is not bad. All right, next 10 pop. We're 11 in now. There's so many Void Legendaries I would want. I just showed you a ton of them. Always hitting a Void Legendary is exciting. Skullcrown and Maneater, both amazing epics. Maneater for clan boss, Skullcrown for arena or for campaign. He's a great campaign farmer. Another epic, Harkin, not the best. One of the first debuff spreaders in the game, which is pretty cool, but nowadays that's much less exciting. All right, come on, let's see something better. Tarek's part of a previous fusion as well. Haven't seen many of the good void rares, which there are a lot. Penkeeper is very good. We've seen her once or twice. Double Ox, that's terrible. Come on. Some people say Dented is solid. Double Painkeeper, that's nice. All right, that is 31. We'll go ahead and make some room. Don't do what I do, where I'm just gonna feed 6 champions, but for the sake of the video. All right, 10 voids to end the video. Let's end it with a banger. Let's go ahead and get another Void Legendary to add to the roster. Kurzad, solid, not terrible. Let me tell you one of my biggest pet peeves while we watch this happen. Kurzad, Kurzad. There's even a raid YouTuber named Kurzad. Ash insists on saying Kurzard every time, or Kurzard every single time. And it frustrates me. I think he's doing it for clicks and for people to comment and stuff, but it gets under my skin. Love Ash, that's super annoying. All right, so 41 pulled. We're now at 167 into our Mercy. So we'll keep that in mind for the next one. Maybe we'll try and hit one of the targeted 15Xs or something like that for voids. So anyways, hope this was helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comments if you pulled any Void Legos today. Subscribe to the channel for more daily raid content, and I will see you on the next one.